full disclosure, was not planning on doing this type of video. I was planning on doing a video just analyzing the Chiefs game against the Bears with cogent analysis and a film breakdown. And then Travis Kelce took a shot and scored in more ways than one. And oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Here is a video I call Football for Swifties AFC West Edition. So a football is an object that you try to score. I don't know why they call it, they should be called handball, because the goal is to keep it in your hands. I don't know why they call it football. God, I'm already losing them, aren't I? Okay, anyways, so the goal is to get the football in your hand and try to score a touchdown with it. A touchdown is when you get the ball into the painted area in the end zone at the end of the 100 yards. And if you do that, you get 6 points. And after that, you could kick what we call an extra point, which is a field goal, which is like 25 yards out. Or you could go for a 2-point conversion, which is exactly what it says. It's a 2-point conversion where you kick, you don't kick the ball, you try to get the ball and score it again into the painted area. That way you could get another 2 points on top of the 6 points that you have already scored. So let's do some math, folks. 2 plus 6 is 8, as in 89. Anyways, I'm trying to relate to them, okay? Anyways, okay, so you could get either 6, 7, or 8 points on a particular offensive possession if you score a touchdown, which is getting the ball into the painted area. And it should be called handball. All right, so the AFC West, folks, Swifties, is made up of 4 teams. You have the Los Angeles Chargers, which is, they don't have a fan base. You have the Denver Broncos, which they have an annoying fan base. You have the Los Angeles Oakland Raiders. It's the Las Vegas Raiders. Dang it. I knew I would screw that up. It's the Las Vegas Raiders, which they have a dangerous fan base. You don't want to cross them or go to any of their games because the fights break out. Okay. Anyways, then you have the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs have the greatest fan base in all of American sports, baby, and the home of the Chiefs. There you go. Okay, so let's talk about what a game consists of. A game consists of 4 quarters. You have to be leading in scoring after the 4th quarter. So it doesn't matter if you're leading after the 1st quarter, after the 2nd quarter, after the 3rd quarter. You want to be leading after the 4th quarter. Okay? So let's say a team is leading after the 1st quarter, is leading after the 2nd quarter, is leading after the 3rd quarter, but all of a sudden something crazy happens and they end up losing the game. That's called chargering. Chargering, which means they're no longer leading after the 4th quarter. They just charged themselves. Okay. Now let's go on to coaching. You know how I said that a game is 4 quarters long? Well, you also get 4 downs to try to score a touchdown or to get another first down with the ball. Okay? Pop quiz. Alright, let's say your team is losing by 8 points with under 2 minutes to go, and you have the ball at your opponent's 5-yard line, and you're getting ready to score. But the caveat is, you have 4th down. Do you A, kick a field goal, which really does nothing, but it gives you 3 points? Because a field goal is 3 points. Or do you B, try to go for a touchdown, and then subsequently, if you get that, go for a 2-point conversion to tie the game? If you answered A, you're an idiot. And also, you're the Las Vegas Raiders coach, Josh McDaniels. Yes, Josh McDaniels is an idiot, because that's exactly what he did against the Pittsburgh Steelers last Sunday night. And you know what? He kicked the field goal and he got 3 points, but he also gave the ball back to the Steelers. You see, Swifties, when you kick a field goal and your team is down by 8 with 3 or under 3 minutes to go, it doesn't really do any good, especially when you're really, really close to scoring a touchdown and at least giving your team a chance to tie the game. See, if you kick a field goal, you give the ball back to your opponent and they could just run the clock out. And that's pretty much what the Pittsburgh Steelers did. Alright, and speaking of sportsmanship, let's go to the old Denver, the old Bronco country. Let's hide. Yeah, I'm still going with that. Okay, so one thing you don't want to do in football, if you're a coach and you get hired by a team, you don't really want to bash the old coach who coached that team. It's just not good etiquette. But you know who did bash the old coach of their old team? The new Broncos coach, Sean Payton. Sean Payton said that the old Broncos coach, Nate Hackett, had the worst coaching job in the history of the football. Now, see, at this point in the season last year, the Broncos were 2-1. But they had a really bad season, and they weren't really well coached. But you don't really say that. Sean Payton did. And the Broncos have started out this year even worse than last year. See, they started out 0-3, and they just lost to the Miami Dolphins by a score of 70-20. Just to give you insight into how hilarious that is, nobody ever scores 70 points. Nobody has scored 70 points since the 1970s. Nobody. In a game. In a game. Not a practice. In a game. So, the point is, you should never talk trash about the old coach that coached your team before you, as a new coach, have even had a chance to coach a game for your team, because karma could come back and smack you right in your dumb headhunting face, like it has Sean Payton. Now let's go to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs have the greatest coach of all time in Andy Reid. It's debatable between Andy Reid and the best looking coach in all of America, Bill Belichick. The Chiefs also have the greatest quarterback I've ever watched and you will ever watch play in Patrick LaVon Mahomes. And they also have just the coolest dude in America with the coolest mustache in America, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, as you may remember, is having a quietly hanging out loudly thing with Taylor Swift. So there you have it. That is the AFC West edition of football for Swifties. I'm Ryan McChesney, the Rye Daddy. Give me a like and subscribe.